When can we expect to see one of the Broncos stars back on the field? This is your Denver Sports Daily for September 23rd.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
Good morning, everybody. If you're out here in Denver watching the show, then happy cold morning to everybody. It really feels like a fall day today. We're in like a 50-degree spot right here. So you see I'm rocking the flannel today, but it's a great day, except for one big question that I've had on my mind that was answered actually before the game that took place this Sunday. And that question is, where the heck is Dre Greenlaw? Dre Greenlaw was one of the biggest offseason acquisitions for the Broncos, but he has yet to take a snap with the team. Even in preseason, we didn't get to see him take a snap on that field. So Dre Greenlaw, calling him a star, yeah, he's a star, but does he really deserve that title here? I mean, he hasn't done anything. He literally hasn't done anything here in Denver. And with as much help as the defense needs, we need a star. So it's good to have a little hope that this guy could be a star coming out here. But where is he? It was announced before Sunday's game against the Chargers that Greenlaw would be moved to injured reserve. Worst case scenario. That means we won't see him until at least mid-October. And that's because Greenlaw has been dealing with issues in his quadriceps muscles. Crazy. I mean, this has been keeping this guy out forever. There's something, he's played in 2 of the past 23 games, I believe it is. He's missed 21 of the past 23 games after that Super Bowl where he was on the 49ers and, had a serious injury against the Chiefs on the sideline. A real serious injuries there, but that has kept him out. And other injuries and other issues have kept him out even longer. He played a couple games last season, but really, he hasn't been around for any team. And that we knew this. We knew that was happening. The main concern around Greenlaw when he was signed was his injury history and how his health might affect the team. And it looks like those concerns were valid. The earliest we could see Greenlaw's return would be week 7 against the New York Giants. But with the way the defense has been playing, so far, the damage could already be done without him. It hasn't been a great defense, and you need somebody like Greenlaw out on that field, somebody that you paid a lot of money for. You went out and you said, this could be one of the guys on our defense. And luckily, Talanoa Hufanga, who also came from the 49ers, has been playing very well, except for a little mistake he had against the Chargers with a unnecessary roughness. But still, overall, Talanoa Hufanga has been great. Where's Greenlaw? Can he come out and play the same way that Hufanga has been playing? Can he come out and perform at the level that he's supposed to be performing at? But his injuries are holding him back. And if that gets pushed any longer, then there's going to be tough conversations about, is this even worth it? Is Greenlaw even worth it? Before the season began, people were saying, I expect him to play 8 games. Now it looks like that's going to be true. Playing 8 games might be lucky. It's really crazy that this guy can't stay healthy at all. I mean, it's a damaging piece to the Broncos defense that he can't be out on the field with him right now. And I can't say anybody's shocked because, again, the main concern before the offseason finished, before training camp started, before the season started, was his injury history. And again, those concerns were very, very valid. Now, moving on, ESPN is very high on the Nuggets and specifically Nikola Jokic. ESPN released its offseason survey yesterday morning, and the Nuggets seem to have piqued people's interest. This is something that they've been doing all offseason, and that comes because of their flurry of moves during the summer. And those moves included signing Jonas Valanciunas, Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., along with that blockbuster trade for MPJ, or trading MPJ for Cam Johnson. Those moves were all incredible, and now people are really noticing just how good this Nuggets team is. It feels like every week we're talking about another outlet ranking the Nuggets as one of the top contenders in the league, ranking Nikola Jokic as an MVP, and now ESPN is doing the same thing. They have very high hopes for what the Nuggets can do. The Nuggets had a second highest grade for their offseason, only behind the Atlanta Hawks, who also had a very good free agency. So right behind the Atlanta Hawks in ESPN's eyes for the best offseason. And that's great. I mean, off seasons are as important as it gets. And we've kind of but really gotten comfortable with how the Nuggets have done off seasons in the past, where they don't really do much. They don't make very big moves. They go out and they get somebody like Russell Westbrook. They go and get a Reggie Jackson, maybe a Bruce Brown. Every other year they're doing something like that. And the last time they had a really big off season was back before 2023. It was in the 2022 offseason when they went out and they got Bruce Brown, they got KCP, they got Reggie Jackson. They did those things that were great, and they all came together, and they had a very big offseason, and what did it lead to? A championship. And now they're doing that again. So yeah, second best offseason in the league goes to the Nuggets, and that's just going to lead to another championship down the road, because the Atlanta Hawks, they could have the best offseason imaginable, but they weren't already a contender in the East. The Nuggets, on the other hand, brought the champions to Game 7 and then had the second best offseason. So yeah, they look like they can make a deep run this season. Now, Nikola Jokic, obviously, who we know, the MVP, 3-time MVP, he dominated the votes for MVP, winning 19 of the 20 possible votes, and the only other vote went to Luka Doncic. So 19 out of 20 people who voted on this at ESPN, Nikola Jokic winning his 4th MVP in 6 years this year. As for the NBA Finals, though, OKC is still the league favorite, winning 18 of the 20 votes. So it looks like OKC is a huge favorite in this, but the other 2 votes did go to Denver. So outside of OKC, Denver is the only other place getting votes. Nobody in the East, not even close. They did, however, have the Knicks and the as the opponent in the finals for OKC and Denver in those votes. But a lot of great things coming out about the Nuggets. I mean, again, a huge offseason. I've been very vocal that this is the best roster that the Nuggets have had since that championship roster. And not only since that championship roster, this might be the best roster the Nuggets have had in their entire franchise history. So this is a great roster that you have. And if they can go out there and get into another 7-game series with the OKC Thunder, there's not a doubt in my mind that the Nuggets are going to be coming out on top this year. Now, moving on, Deion Sanders joined Jason and Travis Kelce on their podcast, New Heights, to speak about Shedeur Sanders. Now, Shedeur Sanders was making headlines last week as it was announced that he turned down the opportunity to be drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. Everybody was freaking out about it. I mean, losing their minds about him turning down the Ravens drafting him. I mean, I can't tell you how many tweets I saw of people just saying, oh, really, the guy getting drafted in the 5th round is going to turn down a team like the Ravens. Yeah, come on. What are we doing here? We're hating on a guy. Well, you're hating on him for what? Deion spoke on to the Kelce's about this decision, and he gave a little insight into the thought behind the decision, saying, quote, I played for Baltimore, so me and Ozzie Newsome are cool. So we understand that whole conversation, and he wanted to talk to Shedeur as well as he wanted to talk to me. I put Shedeur on the phone, and I don't want to say how it went, but how in the world could somebody fault him for saying or thinking, quote, why in the world would I go back up Lamar for 10 more years, end quote there for Deion Sanders. And honestly, that's very real. Why in the world would I go back up Lamar for 10 more years? People seem to have freaked out about this when it came out, but honestly, I agree with Deion 110%. Shedeur has star power, whether you like it or not. He has the energy around him. If he's good, if he's not good, no matter what you think about how he plays as a quarterback, he has star power. He grabs headlines, he grabs attention, and the people overall love him. When he comes to your team, people love him. Look at what the Browns fan base is already doing. They're rallying behind Shedeur Sanders. Sitting behind one of the best QBs for years without playing time isn't going to lead to nearly as much as a chance with an organization like the Browns. You play behind Lamar Jackson for 10 years. You sit behind him. Maybe you get a couple games where Lamar's sitting out late in the season, or maybe Lamar goes down with an injury or a concussion that keeps him out for 2 weeks. Maybe you get a couple games. By the end of your career, maybe you've ended up playing a full season. You play your 17 games. That's not going to lead to anything. That's not going to lead to you being in any conversations. You go to a team like the Browns and, say Joe Flacco doesn't work out. Say Dylan Gabriel doesn't work out. And then Shedeur Sanders gets a chance to step up and he leads them on a game-winning touchdown drive. There it is. That's Shedeur Sanders. That's what people will remember you for. That's how you make headlines. That is what Shedeur Sanders is looking for. He's not looking for a perennial backup spot. He's looking to just be a star. And that's what Deion is. That's what Shedeur is. That's what everybody in that family is. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense that he wouldn't want to go and sit behind one of the best QBs in the world and instead take the path less traveled and go to a team like Cleveland and have a chance there as a third string quarterback and maybe get into a few QB battles and take that first string spot. one of these games. It could even happen this year. We could see it. But that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. Stay tuned because we've got some big things coming up. We've got a few changes coming to this show. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you like this show, if you like Denver Sports Daily, think of it as Denver Sports Daily Plus. It's going to be getting a little bit bigger, a little bit of a rebrand, but stay tuned for more news coming there. We'll have more coming in the future and expect some big changes coming to the show. I do want to read some of your comments. Hey there, Joey. Hey there, Roy. You think Broncos got bamboozled by Greenlaw, or TM did the staff underestimated by his injury? I think I understand what you mean. Yeah. I mean, Greenlaw is something shiny. I mean, Greenlaw had star power again. He had that energy around him. He had a lot of name. He had the name. People knew who Greenlaw was, and the Broncos were looking to buff up their defense as good as it was last season, and getting somebody like Dre Greenlaw for the value that he was at. Maybe they were a little bit tricked. Maybe they were a little bit, blinded by what could have been. But overall, they looked into him. They knew what the injuries were, and they still chose to take a chance on him. So, yeah, I mean, maybe they were a little bit tricked or misled a little bit, but overall, they knew what they were getting into, and this is just that coming to fruition. This is just that happening right in front of their eyes. But that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow talking about more Buffs, Broncos. We got Avalanche getting into full season gear, regular season gear coming here shortly, and then the Nuggets about to tip off here in less than a month now. It's a great time of year. It's fall. It's finally here. But that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.